So this is now draft 6.1.
Yes, it is.
It's dated May 14th. Seems like
Okay.
can't possibly be there already, are we?
This isn't
Yeah.
5.1.
It is 6.1. It will be up on the
6.1.
6.1.
Has it been loaded? And
Yeah, it has. If you don't have a refresh.
What did you
And
do?
here's John.
same issue.
Are we gonna want to straw poll?
Yeah,
John is on it.
okay. Bradley is sharing the screen, but John O'Brien, can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay, good. We heard you too. All
there it is. Good morning.
right, well, the timing is perfect because Bradley just came in and we've got this new version of the amendment loaded on our page, John, so you can find it there. I also emailed it, so you should see it.
Okay.
Bradley,
I'll go hunt
maybe
for it.
maybe just since this is going to be, I think, our definitive look, if we want to just go back to the top and you can just, I don't want to spend a lot of time on the sections that we've already covered, but just a quick walkthrough. Yeah.
Okay. Bradley Showman, Office of Legislative Counsel, and I'm walking through Amendment 6.1 to the Senate proposal of amendment to House Bill 941. Section 1 is the findings and intent piece. Section 2 discusses a municipal regulation of agriculture. So it prohibits bylaw from regulating agriculture that is subject to requirements of the required agricultural practices rule. There's a couple of exceptions. Farming on raising, feeding, or managing of livestock on less than 1 contiguous acre is subject to municipal zoning, even when other activity on the farm is subject to the RAPS. The raising, feeding, or management of livestock on 1 to 4 contiguous acres shall have a sufficient land base for appropriate nutrient waste management before, as determined by the Secretary of Agriculture, to be exempt from regulation. And then swine waste in downtowns and village centers may be regulated by performance standard, but it cannot have the effect of prohibiting swine or swine waste in downtowns or village centers. This bill would also this bill also prohibits a municipality from prohibiting the cultivation or use of land for growing plants, including for food, fiber, Christmas trees, maple sap, horticulture, viticulture, and orchard crops. Cannabis and hemp are excluded from this exception. And then a municipality cannot regulate the construction of farm structures, including as defined in the RAPS rule. We refer to downtowns and village centers and farming in our definition sections. And then we have the poultry exception that we discussed earlier this morning. The changes here is roosters and radites are excluded from the exclusion. We are on page 6 at the very top. So no bylaw shall have the effect of prohibiting or assessing a fee for raising, feeding, or management of poultry flock, excluding roosters and ratites for personal use, donation, or sale. At minimum, the bylaw shall have the effect of prohibiting, no bylaw shall have the effect of prohibiting the keeping of fewer than 12 chickens or a number determined by municipality, whatever is higher. Municipalities may consider a parcel size and establish other limitations for a number of poultry birds. Bylaw may establish a numerical limit of any poultry to be fewer than the minimum number as enumerated in Section 3 of the RAPS rule, regardless of parcel size, and then defines poultry. The rest of this section amends the RAPS to conform to changes in what a municipality is restricted from regulating. Let me scroll this back up really quick. Yep. And then I'm scrolling down to the study. And then so this study directs the Land Access and Opportunity Board to convene a stakeholder group to examine options to address conflicts between landowners that involve agricultural livestock activities in densely populated villages, towns, and cities in Vermont, and how to address municipal regulation of agriculture to better protect farmland and support homesteaders and farmers in their role in food security. At minimum, the stakeholder group shall include membership-based agriculture organizations, the Vermont League of Cities and Towns, Farm to Plate, individuals with expertise in local and regional planning, as well as zoning administration. Stakeholder group shall consider options to address conflicts, including whether municipal regulations have significantly restricted or functionally prohibit, or could significantly restrict or functionally prohibit the raising, feeding, or management of livestock, including providing a model bylaw that would permit the necessary functions in raising, feeding, or managing livestock. The stakeholder group shall provide recommendations for determining whether the raising, feeding, or managing of livestock has a sufficient nutrient base for appropriate nutrient or waste management, and whether the raising, feeding, or management of livestock is causing significant adverse water quality impacts on parcels less than 4 contiguous acres. So this refers to the RAPS rules provisions regarding farming and managing livestock on less than 4 acres. And the Secretary of Agriculture has to make a determination that there's a sufficient land base for appropriate nutrient and waste management, or make a determination for whether the activity is causing adverse water quality impacts. And this is asking for recommendations for that. It doesn't require the Secretary of Agriculture to adopt them or anything, but they're producing recommendations for making that determination. On or before January 31st, 2027, the Land Access and Opportunity Board shall submit a report to the House Committees on Agriculture, or the Agriculture Committees and Environment, and the Senate Committees on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy. The report shall summarize findings, considerations, and recommendations for the stakeholder group, and offer recommendations for the Secretary of Agriculture, Food and Markets on solutions, including recommended statutory changes or rulemaking that would best support municipalities in their efforts to increase food security when significant landowner conflicts arise regarding livestock. And then this act shall take effect on July 1st, 2026.
So questions for Bradley about what's there?
The only question I have is line 21 on the last page,
Okay,
the effective date.
yeah,
And being so late in the session, it probably makes no difference.
you're wondering about.
If it should be on passage, but you know, the time we get this done, get it done, the governor looks to it, it's gonna be
Yeah.
June
It's
anyway.
probably, yeah.
So, yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Eric,
yeah, I'd almost be more concerned that if we said on passage, it might fall after,
yeah,
after July 1st, so, yep. Okay, good, thank you, Bradley, for all of your work on this bill.
Yep.
And its multiple iterations and its other form too in the other bill. I would then entertain a motion to amend the Senate's proposal of amendment with further proposal of amendment. This one,
I make that motion to
Okay.
amend the Senate
and it's version
proposal
6.
of amendment. Senate 941 version 6.1.
Bradley, it's dated, the copy that I have anyway is dated today, but it says time is 1:54.
Oh yeah, the time is, that stamp is put on there when I first make the document. So I just changed the date. I didn't change the time, but that's fine. 1:54 is fine.
Okay,
You can just leave it on there.
okay. I don't know that anybody would. We know what we're talking about
I
here.
have
so-
11:58 written, but
Okay.
11:50.
That's fine, okay. All right, is there any further discussion?
I just point out, we need to not lose sight of what we're trying to do, and that is dealing with this, what we considered a Supreme Court misunderstanding of legislative intent in protecting farming. And I think that we recognize that the whole thing about right to grow food and that stuff we may make some mistakes and we'll have to come back and fix them, but we need to really not lose sight of our goal, of protecting our farms.
All right, then the clerk,
You wanna, oh, you have.
All right,
Already.
members, call roll for H 941. Draft 6.1, an act relating municipal regulation of agriculture, it's day 14/11/58. It's a straw poll. John Bartholomew, how do you vote?
Yes.
Michelle Boslin,
Yes.
Greg Bird,
Yes.
Jed Lipsky, yes. Richard Nelson,
Yes.
John O'Brien,
Yes.
Case, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got an old.
This is an old sheet.
Casey two's still missing.
I know.
Jack Brigham. Jack Brigham,
Yes.
Chair David Durfee.
yes.
Vote tally is 8-0-0. And who's going to be reporting this?
That's gonna be me, yeah, and Bradley, maybe I'll try and catch you before you leave, just to make sure that, got all the loose ends nailed down. Thank you.
So you're reporting the whole thing, we're
This
not
is an
doing the
old
little
sheet.
bitty duck pieces we talked about a while ago.
That's a different bill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Number on that?
this is 941, that's S 323,
I can transfer
Yeah.
this
Which
into.
is where?
that's in
Good on you.
appropriations, yeah.
Our miscellaneous.
You had the page. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for checking though.
Yeah, so just a question about the bill that we're gonna be, several of us reporting on, that's 323, the Senate miscellaneous bill, that's been sent to House Appropriations, so
So it's delayed
a few more days, yeah,
because I've spoken to Counselor.
Yeah.
Chapman.
you know.
Yeah, and I will have a section by section for S 323. I actually have most of it already. But I'm in approbes on Tuesday, so that bill's not going to go at least until
Okay.
Wednesday. So, but you'll have that. You all will have notes on that one because that's a bit of a behemoth of a bill.
Our miscellaneous ag bill that Greg reported is, like, last I checked, it was in Senate Finance.
Yep, I'm going to finance today on that one. Yeah, and that's going to be free from you folks.
Okay, so we'll have that next week, probably, not this week, yeah. And then the wood products manufacturers bill was also in Senate Finance, I think, earlier this week.
It might be. I haven't been following it. I think that's
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I told my head in there yesterday, worrying about that.
Yeah.
And they are consumed with Ed Bill.
Oh, yeah.
So they're,
They don't get the hell out.
no, they were.
Are we still
they were
meeting
all
or not?
gracious.
We're done. We're done, Linda. Yeah, we're done. Thank you, everybody.
You know,
We won't be coming back here this afternoon regardless of the floor finish time, but thanks.